Beautiful cities are always remembered as a symbol of civic pride for the people who live there and who build a community within an inspiring and safe environment. The beauty of cities remains the cornerstone of city life. Naturally, a beautiful city attracts visitors and enables citizens to freely enjoy the benefits of a community-centered and aesthetically pleasing environment for the prosperous lifestyle. Dynamic cities around the world are realizing the need for planned urban development, not only to cater to the structural need, but also for the aesthetic and emotional requirements of the citizens. In this scenario, the concept of city beautification through architecture is the need of today's sustainable urban development, in which material and aesthetic aspects of life are realized for providing contentment and happiness to people. The urban areas of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa present a challenge to the developers, since there is an urgent need to improve not only the appearance, but also the functional systems of the cities. This would also enhance the quality of life for its residents and provide them a desirable environment for having an aesthetically sound city in which to live and visit. One major challenge that Khyber Pakhtunkhwa government has to deal with for the revitalization and beautification of urban areas is the absence of a sustainable architectural system, a system under which a city could have a comprehensive plan for providing landscapes, street furniture, well-designed landmarks and monuments, beautiful city entrances, public places, walkways, traffic signage systems, as well as the preservation and renovation of historic buildings. Removing of encroachments, slums upgradation, developing food streets, parking lots, and cosmetic treatment and illumination of selected building facades is another big challenge. The divisional cities are also lacking concept of canals and parks beautification, standardized hoardings, and, most prominently, its proper maintenance system. In addition to these areas, there are certain inherent constraints which indirectly adversely affect the planning, designing, and implementation interventions in beautification of the city, including but not limited to absence of community and government ownership, lack of coordination and incapability of institutions, poor management and lack of maintenance for physical urban features, such as fountains, streetlights, public toilets, bus shelters, water parks, museums, pedestrian and vehicular bridges, open seating areas, and plantation. Now, the government of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa has not only realized the need for improvement of appearance of the divisional cities, but also better functional systems in the city. The government has initiated preparation of a comprehensive city beautification plan that has to coincide with long-term goals to be implemented progressively towards achieving the final goal. However, no single action or project can remodel a city. Several integrated projects are jointly needed for enhancing the aesthetic beauty of a city. It is necessary that the government of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa implement the main components related to city beautification that includes but is not limited to these ideas. Entrances of a city are the first impression of the city's appearance in the minds of visitors. Therefore, keeping the security angle in mind, the entrances of divisional cities must be well designed, remain visible from a distance, and welcome the people at entry level. Similarly, the exit points should be designed in a way that remains memorable for the people who visited the city. Roads are the most used and visible public asset a city has, and their importance cannot be denied in the beautification of cities. The provincial authorities need to apply an effective roads network, along with full traffic signage, with a provision of properly designed lane markings, roundabouts, intersections, computerized traffic signals, standardized footpaths, bus bays and bus stops, management of stormwater drainage, dedicated U-turns, and green belts along roadsides. City parks and open spaces, along with a provision of parking lots in suitable locations of the divisional cities, should be aesthetically designed and developed to improve citizens' physical and psychological health, strengthen communities, and make cities and neighborhoods a more attractive place to live and work. Beautiful landscaping, along with walkways, both on the roadsides and inside the landscaped areas, have to be built up in the divisional cities, which should be functional and valued by residents and visitors. These landscapes and walkways have to be designed in a way that provides shade and shelter to the commuters and contribute to the overall city image. Adding beauty to the city's streetscapes and applying street furniture is another important element that needs to be made available for the citizens. Streetscape amenities such as decorative lighting, special pavers, bollards, trash cans, and benches should be provided to enhance an area's pedestrian environment and commercial viability. These streetscape elements can identify an area as a special and distinct place for shoppers, visitors, residents, and employees. Several other elements of street furniture may also increase the beauty, such as tree gates, planters, water features, sidewalks, signage, bus stops, hanging baskets, information kiosks, and utilities. Water is a natural element that forms the basis of all life and can also be a source of city beautification. The government needs to aesthetically design and develop canals and waterfronts free of solid waste in the divisional headquarters cities that constitute places for public enjoyment, modify an environment and make it habitable, adding to the social, aesthetic, and cultural ambience of the area. The best way to honor the past is to preserve its historical moments. That is what several important buildings and sites may speak today. It is interesting to note that the numerous historical buildings and sites are present in the divisional cities of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, which are primarily restricted sites, and buildings are left totally abandoned. All these historical places and buildings should be preserved and renovated in order to become the symbol of beauty and tradition for each city. Besides the mentioned elements for beautification of cities, several other important aspects could also be properly executed for having a sound city. These aspects include having standardized outdoor advertisement systems, tourist spots on divisional level, well-designed landmarks and monuments, decorative walls, bridges, underpasses, checkposts, providing food streets and seating areas, removal of encroachments, and the most significant, the maintenance and proper management of these public properties. In order to plan beautiful cities, the government of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa has initially established Urban Policy Unit under the Planning and Development Department. The unit is tasked to start work on beautification of Peshawar city. The unit prepared the Beautification Development Plan for Peshawar city with the help of a consultant. The proposals given in the Peshawar Beautification Plan will be implemented for the renovation and beautification of the provincial capital city. However, in the future, Urban Policy Unit also desires to prepare similar plans for the beautification of remaining divisional headquarters cities of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa to make the cities livable and attractive for visitors and residents. A realistic vision for the city beautification in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa is the need of the modern city. Therefore, the government has to develop beautification plans and concept plans in the thematic areas of roads, parks and recreation, canals, heritage, entrances, and food courts. These plans should be further strictly implemented through various government departments and other agencies for enhancing the cities. However, public awareness and city community awards for encouraging people towards beautification should not be sidelined in efforts being made for the city beautification process in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa.